Hello and blessings. It's your boy, Mr. Food for Thought. And I want to talk to you a little bit today about depression and anxiety and how it can consume you and how it can bring fear into your life and uncertainty and how to be able to cope with it and embrace it instead of, you know, trying to run away from it. Life is filled with so many emotions, so many ups and downs, so many hills and valleys. It's a huge roller coaster ride. And you have to be able to understand that, understand that, and overstand that to be able to become the best version of yourself. You will never be able to avoid, those trials and tribulations in your life. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. It's why it's life. So the question is, what do you do when you hit that roadblock in your life and it just eats at you and it makes you depressed and you just feel so down and you want to give up? In those moments, you know what you should do? Embrace it. Because when you go through hard times in your life, they're actually meant to build you up and to strengthen you. And when you speak to people that have overcame obstacles in their lives and they went through that storm and made it to the light, the transformation, the love that those individuals have, it's amazing. It's amazing because you have to go through the storm first to get to the light. It's important. And I understand and I know there's a lot of depression and anxiety in this world. There's a lot of people that have a lot of fear based energy, a lot of people that are worrying, but it comes with life. You are going to have things in your life that are just not going to make sense. You're going to have moments in your life where you're going to be uncertain. And the thing about it is that you cannot worry about the future. You can reflect on the past, don't focus on the future, live in the now. What are you doing now to bring yourself love and joy and happiness? What's no longer serving you? You know, a lot of times what happens is when people go through hard times in their lives, they try to suppress them. They try to act as if they're not there. They try to bury them. You'll never get over your issues if you try to suppress them. You got to hit them dead on. You have to acknowledge them. You got to see them for what they really are. And you have to deal with the emotions that's going to come from you confronting them. Whether it's you crying and bawling out, whether it's you becoming angry and upset, whether it's you being happy, whatever the emotion, you have to stop suppressing whatever conflicts that you are currently having or that you may have had in the past. You have to stop doing it. That is the only way you're going to evolve and be a better person. Does that make sense? Stop trying to bury your issues. Confront them. Deal with them head on. That's my daughter at the door. Ayana, Daddy's doing a video. You're going to have to give Daddy a few minutes. In a few minutes. That's my baby girl. I have her here in Florida with me for the summer, and she just asked me for a snack. See that right there? That's joy. And sometimes in life, you have frustrations when it comes to, children, and when it comes to work, when it comes to different things in your life, and you allow certain emotions to dictate, how you respond to certain situations, whether in a positive way or in a negative way. Sometimes you just got to sit back and just look back and reflect and appreciate the positive things that are in your life. So those moments where you may get a little frustrated because of the kids, they're running around, or, your son or your daughter might have spilled something, or they might have said something, or don't focus on that situation in that very moment. Reflect on when they were first born, or when they had their first walk, or when they said their first words, or when they looked at you and told you how much they loved you. Those moments are the moments that will help you to overcome those other moments where they're getting on your nerves and they frustrate you. I'm being honest with you. You have to try to look at the positive in life. Try not to look at the negative. And I get it. We're human beings. We're human. We are fortunate enough to be able to experience all these different emotions. But you cannot allow a negative emotion to dictate and to control your life, because those are temporary. You don't want to ever allow a temporary situation to control your life. It's temporary. Allow it to just be temporary. Face it. Live in the moment. Deal with it. Learn from it. Grow from it. Heal yourself from it. And then move on. Stop worrying about what people think, about the decisions that feel right to you, and for the decisions that will make you a better individual, a better human being. Everybody's going to have their opinion. And that's okay, because everybody's entitled to their opinion, including you. We're not all walking down the same path. My journey is going to be different than yours. And your journey is going to be different than someone else's. And that's okay. But you have to understand, and you have to figure out your purpose here on earth. What's your purpose? Are you helping people? Or are you just focusing on yourself? What are you doing to help others? What are you doing? Life cannot be just about you. Now, when you try to focus on evolving and you focus on trying to be a better version of yourself, of course, you're going to have to do some self-work, some self-reflection. You're going to have to build yourself up. That's understandable. But once you get over that depression, that anxiety, that struggle, and you overcome and you make it, then you have a service at that point. And that service and that purpose is to help others get through their struggles and to get through their pain so that they can get to where you are. You have to extend your hand when you see somebody hanging off of that cliff, and you have to help them and pull them up. Don't let them fall just because you made it. No, extend your hand. Pull them up. Help your fellow man. It means nothing if you obtained all this knowledge and all this wisdom and you're not helping other people obtain it. My beautiful brothers and sisters, we have to do better. Humanity depends on it. We are in a new day and age. We really are. And it's really time to stop being driven by your ego and start to be driven by your heart. You got to start making better decisions, and you got to start making decisions with your heart. This ego mindset has to go. And that's the only way that you'll be able to evolve and to be able to overcome your obstacles and your trials and tribulations in your life. It's very simple. Face your issues dead on. Face them dead on. Trust me, it works. Whatever's been suppressed, like really think back and look. Maybe it's easier for you to maybe write it down. Maybe you're not ready to talk to anyone about it. And that's fine. Have that time with you and God. Pray about it. Meditate about it. Be connected. Do what you have to do. But face your issues. You have to. Because a lot of people in this world think they got it all figured out. They really do. But your life says it all. There's people out here that are living lives that they think are a reflection of happiness, when in all reality, internally, they're crying for help. They're not happy. They're depressed. They're dealing with anxiety, maybe bipolar issues, maybe suicidal issues, whatever the case may be, but they're not happy inside. And they're trying to smile. They're trying to smile for everybody, making it seem like they're okay. But inside, they have a negative mindset. They're fearful. They're scared. You cannot and you will not make it in this world living in fear and being scared. You have to rise up. You have to be powerful within yourself. You have to love yourself and you have to love others. And stop being selfish when it comes to helping people. Just help them. You work on yourself on your downtime. But when you're not on your downtime, it's your obligation as a human being to help other human beings. It doesn't matter if they don't look like you. It doesn't matter if they're from a different demographical area as you. It doesn't matter their gender. It doesn't matter their religion. It doesn't matter the color of their skin. It doesn't matter. It is your obligation to help people. Period. Stop being selfish. It's your obligation to help yourself. Stop being selfish. Listen, if you're not ready to help the world yet, help yourself. Because once you help yourself, you're going to feel so liberated, you're going to feel so free that it's just going to happen organically. You're just going to just help people just because. So don't allow depression and don't allow anxiety to control your life. But it has to be here. These are the obstacles in life that will allow you to evolve and transform. This is the transformational period where you were the caterpillar for all these years, and now you're evolving into that beautiful butterfly. Now is the time. Evolve, love yourself, and love others. Blessings to you. Blessings on your journey. Love yourself. Spread love to the world. And be the best person that you can be. And stop worrying about your bills. Stop worrying about your job. Stop worrying about what people say. And start living and loving yourself. Because at the end of the day, as long as you're doing what you need to do to take care of yourself, everything will work out in divine timing. But you stressing out about a bill is not going to change the fact that that bill is still there. So why stress on it? Why stress? There's people in this world that stress about debt and bad credit. All right. So you're going to stress and wear yourself out. But when you're done doing all that, is the debt and is the bill still there? Yeah. So how about this? Before I let you go, stop reflecting and worrying about something that's going to always be there until you decide to do something about it. Decide and come up with a plan, pray on it, meditate on it, write it down, and execute it. There's always a way and a means to get through something. You might have to take it step by step. For example, if you have like a lot of debt and you have, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 things in collections, using that as an example, tackle one at a time. And if I were you, start on something small and then work your way up. Because if you knock out 2 or 3 small bills, guess what it's going to do? It's going to motivate you. It's going to be like, it's going to feel empowering because you're like, wow, I knocked out 2 or 3 of my bills in no time. Yeah, you got a couple bigger bills, but it's going to feel good to know that you eliminated 2 or 3 or 4 of those small ones. It's powerful. And I'm just using that as an example. But start small and work your way up. Don't try to take on too much. Gradual steps, baby steps, and you'll be fine. Blessings to you. I love you all. Stay strong and be safe.